Carbon dioxide is an atmospheric gas that helps keep our planet warm. Unfortunately, some human activities release so much carbon dioxide that Earth's climate is warming. A lot of people are concerned with how our society is going to fix this. While I don't have an answer for that, it did lead me to ask myself, can I at least not make it worse? Transportation is a large source of carbon emissions. The EPA reports that a typical vehicle driven 12,000 miles a year emits 5.1 metric tons of carbon dioxide from gasoline combustion. So I embarked on a project to decrease my gasoline consumption by biking to campus instead of driving. Over the 15 weeks of the semester, I commuted my round trip of 4 miles an average of 4 out of 5 days. This only saved 10 gallons of gas from being consumed. This led me to another question. How many people live within walking or biking distance but still drive to campus every day? 85% of undergraduate students at UT are commuters, and from observing often empty bike racks and frequently full parking garages, I know we could decrease our negative environmental impact by driving less. So why don't more people bike? There are 4 reasons I commonly hear. It takes too much time. I'm worried about my bike getting stolen. It's difficult. And the weather. Time. Depending on distance, it might not take as much time as you think. For me, when I factor in parking and traffic when driving, and having the ability to park right by the building when biking, makes the two about equal in time for me. Theft. I was nervous about this at first, but then I discovered the gated bike corrals, which have security cameras and are only accessible with UTID card. These areas also offer lockers and free air. To keep your bike safe, it is important to properly lock your bicycle. I use a U-lock, and while it is heavy to carry, it is very secure. The best method is to lock around the frame and back tire. Using a cable connected to the U-lock to secure the front tire is the best method, especially if the bike will be left for a longer period of time. Difficulty. When you first start riding, there will be obstacles. Reviewing bike safety rules will help you navigate roadways. Planning a route ahead of time can be very helpful. I use Google Maps, which provides routes using the most bike-friendly roadways. One of the most common ways to have a miserable bike ride is by not having properly inflated tires. The side of your tire will have proper inflation values. It is worth mentioning that if biking to reduce your carbon footprint, increasing physical activity will probably also increase calorie consumption. By eating low-carbon foods like vegetables and not increasing high-carbon foods like red meat, the change to biking will have its greatest impact. Personally, I felt that biking decreased my stress, increased my concentration in class, and while I spent some money initially on a bike lock and lights for nighttime riding, it will save me money in the long run, especially if I don't have to buy a parking pass. It has also helped me connect with my neighborhood and encouraged me to shop more locally. My next driving reduction adventure will be attempting to use buses on bad weather days. Starting this project has encouraged me to think differently about transportation and eliminating unnecessary driving. I hope that I can encourage you to take a bike ride, if not to school or work, just to run a local errand. And if you are driving, keep an eye out for cyclists and share the road.